All right. I don't know why, but for some reason, Streamlabs has not been working. I don't get it. I was trying to go set up a live for the past half hour, and it just would not connect to YouTube for some reason. Although that was an impromptu live, randomly, is what it is. Just got to roll with the punches. So, hey, Melinda, how's it going? How was your day today? How was your week? I hope it's been well. Us here, it has been hot, insanely crazy, like 104, 105 degrees hot. Hey, Adrian, how's it going, brother? So, I've been working on some videos, haven't been able to get them out. Thought I'd go live. There's been a lot going on. Obviously, over the weekend it was Father's Day. I got some company coming into town this weekend. But we did make it to Grand Junction over the weekend, and we picked up a bunch of material to start putting together the solar package for our in-laws. And we just need a couple of posts and a couple bags of cement, and that project will start. And I'm really stoked for that one. That one's going to be fun. Yeah, hot here. For sure. The weather this year has been just insane. Like, just bipolar is all hell. I don't even understand it. It's crazy. Not that hot, but hotter than we're used to, right? And that's kind of how it is here. Like, normally we'll be in high 80s, low 90s, this time of year, and we don't really break triple digits until, mid-July. Rona, stop it. Beef doesn't want to play with you. Yeah, we don't usually hit triple digits until mid-July, and now it's like mid-June. Mid-June, and we're hitting triple digits. It's crazy. Yeah, it's been hot, windy, cold, rainy, hurricanes. We had a hurricane here 3 weeks ago. I swear. If you were here, you would have been like, that's a hurricane. Hey, happy Father's Day to you too, Adrian. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, Chad, it was a pretty good Father's Day. We just kept it chill and relaxed, and didn't do a whole lot. Barbecued, threw some meat on the grill, some chicken, some deer, big old fat roast that we cut into steaks. Grilled up some beets and zucchini and squash, and sat down and ate a fat dinner as a family. It was great. Loved it. I hope you had a good Father's Day. 60 here today? Well, yeah, you're way farther north, man. That's not fair. You should come down here and melt. Yeah, after freezing in May. Well, we had a freeze in June, too. 2 weeks ago, we had a frost. It was crazy. I mean, it fried half my zucchini plants and 75% of my cucumbers. I had to replant all my cucumbers because only one pickling cucumber survived. Almost never freeze in June, not to that extent. I mean, hell, my basil's got frosted 4 times so far, which they're still alive and they're still thriving, but every time a cold snap comes in, I got to go snip off all the dead, brown, necrotic plant tissue off the basil. So they're losing like weeks and weeks at a time. There's Becky in the background. She melted enough in Alabama, I'll bet. And that's a different kind of heat out there, brother. Because out there in Alabama, at least from people I know who've lived there and visited out there, that humidity, that's a whole nother ball game of heat. Like at least out here where we are in the desert, it's a dry heat, so you're not dripping, you know, 1,000 buckets of sweat every hour. Well, I'm up late planting too. We just got raised beds in the front yard. There you go. What are you planting, Melinda? I wish you could like send pictures in chat so we could see what you're doing. That would be rad. Yeah, let us know what you're growing. But yeah, it's been crazy, crazy hot here. It's weird. I don't get it. Like the thermal cycles we've all been going through this year. I hate to go down a conspiracy theory route, but it makes you wonder if they're manipulating the weather. It really does. To see things fluctuate so drastically when we're in a season that should be highly consistent. So, beans, cucumbers, zucchini, a little bit of corn, rest in flour. Sweet. Hey Chad, work on the storage container. No, we've been picking up materials and we're prepping for that. And we picked up some metal roofing to wrap around a what do they call those things? Those portable sheds that have the cheap plastic canvas cover, but it has a metal frame. There's a specific name for it. I can't remember. Hoop garage, little hoop house garage thing. We picked up some metal roofing for that, so we're going to wrap that thing in metal roofing. So everything that's in the storage container right now, we're going to pull out of there and store inside that garage that we cover, or that hoop frame that we cover in metal roofing. And then once we get to there, we've got to go pick up some more materials sometime this week or towards the weekend. And I keep looking over because the container's right there. So I'm looking at the container as I'm talking. But we need to pick up some more materials for that. And then we're going to start working on the foundation of the container to set it in place so we can build the addition off of it, which will get framed up, which will be, will hold the cistern, the battery bank for the solar, and be the pump house, and so on and so forth. And then I'll start working on the solar ground mount with custom brackets that I'm going to build for that, so it can be adjustable throughout the season. And we'll start progressing through that. And once that's done, then we'll start working on the framing inside the container house and electrical, plumbing, and progress through the 4-way stages into finishes and them ready to move in. At least that's the plan I see in my head. So, but that's going to be starting soon. But as far as what's going to be shown going on with that, like the first portions of it's going to be, the foundation to set the container on, and for the addition off it for the cistern and the battery house, and then start working on the panels and the panel mount, and get a temporary power set up for them, so they can move a little bit closer, hook up to their own solar and their own power, and then just keep progressing forward, I guess. Gonna dig a basement for it. No, we're not gonna dig a basement. It's just gonna be a single level container house. We're gonna set it on some piers, if you will, so it's stable, structural. Frame it in. Bedroom on one end, kitchen, bathroom in the middle, living room on the other end, front door cut in the side, a few windows, a little extension off of it, which that the battery house and the cistern house or pump house, whatnot. We're going to run the stove pipe from the inside out the container and then into that addition and then up and out. So it adds heat to that addition to keep the water and all the components in there at a more stable temperature. Going to be an oven in there. Now we plan on We plan on spray foam insulation. Um, just because at least everything I've done in research, we've read that that's best when you're talking metal to framing for condensation purposes. So um, spray foam insulation on the inside and a good 3.5 inches thick, which closed cell foam actually has a higher R value, even though the calculation for R value is kind of weird and messed up because it accounts for air pockets and fiberglass and cellulose and things like that. So it's really hard to calculate it for a closed cell foam. But as far as the experts say, 3.5 inches of closed cell foam should have a higher R value than 8 inches of fiberglass insulation. So, and it won't create condensation in from the metal contact. So, at least that's the plan. We'll find out. But that's what all the pros say is in a container, use spray foam insulation. I have no actual personal experience with it because I've never built a tiny home inside of a container. So I'm actually kind of excited to do it because it's something new that I've never done before. But it's just an adaptation of any type of construction to begin with. So, so what do you guys got going on up there, Chad? At your place in Michigan? You got some gardens going in there? Well, I sounded straight redneck when I said that. Yeah, I haven't caught it on your channel. I don't know if you guys are growing gardens or whatnot up there yet, or got it going. But you could trench in a long corrugated tube up in the container like they do in earthships to help cool it. Yeah, so kind of like a geothermal air earth battery type system. And we've actually, me and Becky have talked about that. That's what we want to do when we build our house is do a geothermal air system for heating and cooling and use the earth for that means. So we don't have to rely on air conditioning or an actual traditional traditional furnace to heat the house, and we can just use a wood burning stove, and that should be more than sufficient. So I don't think trying to do a geo air earth battery is in our in-law or Becky's parents' budget, if you will. So that's just one more expense, but it is something to consider. It's something we could set up for to potentially do in the future if there is issues with heating and cooling. So that is a good idea, though. Maybe try to set it up so that's something that we can easily add on with just digging a few trenches and hooking up the pipes. That's a good idea. We have some large cattle feeder tubs with some stuff in. What do you got growing in there? How's it looking? And how's the weather affecting it? Because the weather's been wreaking havoc on us. This time of day, when the wind blows, my contacts just get filled with silt. Been pretty busy with everything. The mosquitoes are deadly out here lately, so kind of been visiting family in less bug populated areas. I hear you there. I wish we could do that, man. Like I said last time, the deer flies have been just chewing me alive. And the mosquitoes have been chewing Becky alive. It's been brutal, actually. And the irony of it is like we're so dry right now and in a drought. Like, where the hell are these bugs coming from? I don't get it. Seriously. Rainy and a bit cool, but they're green. You know what? I would love some rain out here right now. We are The only thing that is green out here besides in our food garden is the Russian knapweed. That's it. Everything else, like even the Russian thistle is dying. Even the cheatgrass is dying. It's bad. Like we're in a heavy drought. We've got no moisture this spring at all. It sucks. Rona. Yeah, deer flies suck there too. Yeah, weirdly, they're worse than they've ever been here this year. I don't get it. I've been in the 5 years we've been here. I think I've been bit by a deer fly, like maybe once a year. This year, I've been bit like 7 times just in the past week. I don't know where they're coming from. Maybe because it's so dry, they're hungry. Show us that stifferoonie, bro. Well, before I can do that, I'm gonna have to know what a stifferoonie is. Because when you write it like that, my brain goes to a very bad place that I probably shouldn't.
Stop it.
Makes me want to say giggity. Hey, babe, do you know what a stifferoonie is?
No, not.
Or do you want to speculate what a stifferoonie is?
I'm gonna stay out of it.
Oh, that's exactly what you mean. You know, while that may be funny, I just might have to block you for those kind of comments, man. There are people around. Well, and for one thing, let's just be straight up honest. This isn't Pornhub, so I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't bring up that kind of stuff. Not in the chat, anyway. Unless you're joking, and then it's 100% all right. Well, you kind of sounded like you did. I'm sorry. I got no moderators in the chat, so I can't screen what gets posted. So I hope you were just joking, man, so we can just laugh this off. Oh, see, their moderator just popped in and took care of it all. No worries, man. I mean, if you were just joking, it's cool. I like a good joke just as much as the next guy. And I have an innate ability to... You're good, man. I like to play around and joke. I just wasn't sure. Haven't seen you in the chat before, so, got to check that stuff, if you will. It's weird, crazy times. People like to say weird, crazy stuff. As I get to know your personality, I'll know whether or not that's just you being you and joking around or if you're trolling. I guess that's what I was getting at. I wasn't sure if you were coming in as a bot or a troll or something like that. That's cool. Yeah. Thank God you didn't show it. Yeah, I think that would have got me banned, Chad. I'm pretty sure that would have got me banned. And then all my family watching this, I'm sure I would have scarred for life. So, I mean, I know my mom wiped my butt, but as an adult, I don't think she wants to see that. Sense of humor helps when things get tough. It sure does. I mean, there's no reason getting inflammatory over anything. I mean, talked about it, worked it out. He spit it out in the chat that, because I wasn't sure if he, sorry, I'm horrible with names, Skafoot. I wasn't sure if you were a bot or just trying to troll or start issues, but if all you were doing was joking, then in all honesty, that was a great joke, in my opinion. So, I like to joke around like that, in all honesty. I try I've tried to check myself in lives and on videos because I can go there pretty quickly. Ask Becky. I have an innate ability to take anything she says and turn it into a dirty joke. No lie. Yeah, I can get her out here to testify to that without a doubt. So
True. It's true.
I don't think they heard you.
It's true.
Did you hear her? I'll wait to hear. I can see you through the door. Yeah, right there.
Nope.
See?
Nope.
Yeah, right there. Chad, yeah, yes and no. I mean, it's my buddy's house, and I'm just trying to help out where I can, and a couple of my other friends, we're trying to help out where we can, and just kind of taking turns going up there and helping lay some bricks. So I'm gonna try to make it up there next week. I got a busy week this week with other things going on, and my buddy Tony and Brandon are coming into town this Thursday, and they're gonna be here for the weekend. And I'm gonna try to put them to work while they're here and get a few things done, like finish getting some drip tape installed, maybe some shade cloth. Hint, hint, Tony. A few extra hands. Many hands make light work, brother. Things like that. But next week, I'm going to try to get back out there and lay some brick. I might try to do a video of that while I'm there, just because it's actually a pretty cool little job to work on. Yeah, we heard it's true. Yeah, they heard it. It's true. This keeps going out. So yeah, I didn't mean to come off as attacking on there, Skafoot. If you were just joking, no worries, no hard feelings. Hope you stick around, comment more as I get to, like I said, as I get to know you and learn your personality through text, which is hard to. It's hard to judge humor, personality, facial expressions through text. I mean, even when you know someone, sometimes it can be hard to judge whether or not, they're making a joke or they're 100% dead serious when it's just written word. I think that's why they invented emojis, because you can actually. We're losing me. Is the stream health going down? Because, well, I'm just using YouTube solely for this one because Streamlabs for some reason was not connecting, and I have no idea why. I tried to set up the stream like 4 times and it just said it would not connect, so I just went right into the studio, into the webcam, anything like that. So so I'm not sure if it's me or you, Chad. I hope it's you. Just saying. I've been working really hard on trying to get live streams to be seamless and smooth and good audio. So I hope for my sake this time it's you and not me. Sorry, bro. Adrian, what drove you to develop that polished video? It was good. Which video are you talking about, Adrian? Specifically, I'm not sure what you mean by polished video. I'm assuming you mean by cleaned up and edited is what I'm seeing in my head, but I'm not sure which video you're referring to. The alpaca video? So that's the one you're referring to as polished? That one, I make it look and sound great. Well, thank you. I super appreciate that. Thank you. And I did. Well, that whole day, I mean, even though that was only an hour and 37 minutes we spent with the shearers filming and shearing the alpacas, it was about an hour and 15 minutes of raw video that I had to go through, which is honestly the longest video or the longest amount of video that I've gone through to make a video. So it was a very interesting process for me, but I find the whole alpaca shearing process very interesting to begin with. You know, a lot of people don't get to see that or haven't experienced it and how that whole process works. So I was more trying to display, you know, what the shearers do from, I guess, my perspective, if you will. So I don't know if it came out better. Maybe it was because maybe it's because I just really dig what they do and how they do it and have a good appreciation for it. Because the first year we had alpacas, um, me and Becky and a few of my friends, we tried to shear them ourselves. And I bought shears, you know, and it was really hard to figure out how to tune the machine to cut properly. And it took us 2 8-hour days to shear those 8 alpacas, and that was long and hot and stressful on us and stressful on them. And I'll have to put some pictures up, because looking at them after I sheared them compared to how a professional does it, you can tell I had no idea what I was doing, without a doubt. So I guess I had, you know, a personal appreciation for how they do it, which maybe came through in that video, I guess. You know, just a 1080p video, full HD. In some cases, it would take 36 hours with our old internet. You know, now I can leave it in full 4K and upload a video in an hour and a half. So that's made a huge, as you're only getting a half a megabyte of upload speed. So I love the alpaca video because it was so. And we have and Brian and his boys from Sheer Relief. This is the second year we've had them out here, and they're super professional. They schedule early in the year, and they just plow out here in their massive van and set up, and they're just boom, boom, boom. Every 10 minutes, an animal's done, and they're out of there. So, oh, good call, Chad. What software are you editing with right now? In the beginning, I used VSDC, but I found it way a professional level editing software. And I wasn't bad with it. It was really hard to figure out how to do things. So I switched over to Filmora, and that feels a little more in my skill set, without a doubt, because most of it is kind of drag and drop, plug and play. And you can toy with things a little easier and poke around and find things a little easier. So I'm finding you owned it for life, and you got updates for life. Now they're turning software into a service, and you know, it kind of agitates me once and be able to use it till the end of its life. You know, no different than, you know, a skill saw or a hammer or something like that. You know, I don't want to pay every month to use hammer. That makes no sense to me. So I look at it the same way. I don't get it. I think I might have scared off Skafoot. If I scared you off, Skafoot, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to offend. Just wasn't sure if you were trying to offend. Oh, God, crusty. That wind just, oh, no way. This is awesome. What can I get? And they're like, well, for the same price you're paying now without a phone, you can get 10 megabyte upload or 10 megabyte download and 5 megabyte upload. I was all, sign me up, because that was better than our 4 megabyte down. The wind would blow and our internet would go out, which makes no sense because all the cables are underground. Explain that one to me. So, well, all right, guys. I can do a live stream. So, but with that, I think I'll cut this one short tonight, because we're still going to be back Thursday night for the regular chill and chat. And hopefully we should have a special guest, my buddy that's coming into town, that will come on with me. And we'll see you guys Thursday. Appreciate it. Thanks. We'll see you then.